tell you this. I wish we were friends. I wish we were close. I don't like waking up in the morning, scrambling your eggs, and you shouting obscenities in the background at me that doesn't deserve shouting. I understand it's hard for you. I get that, but you forget that I'm a person. I'm not some worker you've hired to cook and clean. I am your daughter. I don't feel like I am, but I am, I guess. These are the cards that were dealt, Mom. I'm sorry I am not all you've hoped for, and this life we live isn't all that glamorous. But you shouldn't make me feel like it's my fault for Dad abandoning us when I was born. I didn't even know the guy. I hardly even knew him, and I tried to be there, to do the things a good daughter is meant to do for her mother, but you were so rude and I just can't take it anymore. Be nice to me. I'm worth enough to be treated nice. Treat me nice before I have an outburst. A real outburst. I'm talking a sumo outburst. Huge. So, treat me nice. Father died a year ago. On this same day, the 5th of May, on your name day, Irina, it was cold and the snow was falling. But it seemed to me as though I wouldn't get over it. But look, 11 years have gone by and I can still remember it lightly. You were lying dead as if you were faint. But look, you're wearing white and your face is full of brightness. And the clock struck the exact same way. I remember when they took Father out. The band was playing. At the cemetery, they fired shots at his honor. Father was a commanding officer at a brigade, but even so, not many people came for his funeral. But of course, it was raining then. Very heavy rain and snow. Today it's warm. We can even leave the windows open, but the batteries are still not in leaf. Father was given command of a brigade and left to Moscow with us 11 years ago. And I can remember it so distinctly. At the beginning of May, in Moscow this time, everything was warm, it was in flower, everything was flooded with sunlight. 11 years have gone by and I can still remember as if we went to Moscow yesterday. Good God, I woke up this morning with a blaze of color and I saw the spring and gladness bubbled up inside my heart and I desperately wanted to be where I came from, my native land. How could you whistle? Because I go to school every day and I give lessons until the evening and I constantly have these headaches and the thoughts I have are thoughts of an aging old woman. And really and truly, when I've been working at this school, I felt as though my youth and my strength have been oozing drop by drop. The only thing that strengthens me and grows me is this one single dream. No, I am not going to do that. You are asking me to shut down something that makes me possible. Your argument for suppression means that I would die. Well, I've been dead before and I am not going back. If it means we're over, then it means we're over, and life will go on one way or another. Dad, you're not even against. Your only cohesive argument against the book is not that it is meretricious, but I should wait for you to die before publishing it. Maybe it was crazy of me to write it, but I did. And I owe myself and Henry a lot more. You're asking that I help you? Henry asked for your help. He made an awful, brutal, terrible mistake and you shunned him. And with that, you have to live. Relationships are hard-earned things. They have a reason and logic to them. Well, I cannot go backwards to my cave. Mother, when you criticize and find fault in every last choice that I make, for some reason, that's how you were made. And I know you tell yourself it's because you want what's best for me, and you're pushing me. You make it almost impossible for me to see the love in that. All I see is a bully, one who's lost touch with gentleness or kindness. That is what I see. There are many ways of being, and with those I just fail to understand it. I can't bear you. We have earned that relationship. It is a relationship we have earned, so no, I will not wait. I cannot, because I am just like you. I know who I am. Many people just take step-by-step decisions to stay alive. Most people just basically want to live, but I am not one of those people. Not after Henry. There will be a book. Maybe it's the last book that I publish, but there will be a book. And it's for Henry, I have no choice. What would have happened to Henry would have been seen. Everything. Everything in life is about being seen, or not seen, and eventually is seen. I am as sorry I am a writer as you are. Well, I wish I was made differently, but as it stands, I am going to pack and fly back east. And I will be home by tomorrow evening. And in a few months, it will be out. Professor, I came here as a favor. At your personal request. Perhaps I shouldn't have done so, but I did, on behalf of my group. And you speak of the tenure committee, one of whose members is a woman, as you know. And although you might call it good fun, or an historical phrase, or an oversight, or all of the above, to refer to the committee as good men and true, it is a demeaning remark. It is a sexist remark. And to overlook it is a countless continuation of that method of thought. You love the power, but I'm sorry you feel yourself empowered. You say so yourself. To strut, to posture, to perform, to call me in here, eh? You say that higher education is a joke, and treat it as such. You treat it as such. And to confess to a taste to play the patriarch in your class, to grant this, to deny that, to embrace your students. And you think it's charming to question in yourself this taste to mock and destroy. But you should question it, Professor. And you pick those things which you feel advance you. Publication, tenure, and the steps you take to get them, harmless rituals. And you perform those steps. And although you might call it hypocrisy, but to the aspirations of your students, of hard-working students who come here, who slave to come here. You have no idea what it cost me to come to the school. You mock us. You say education is hazing. And from your so protected, so elitist seat, you order confusion as a joke, and hopes and efforts with it. But I tell you that you were vile. You were exploitative. And you sit there and say, what have I done? And you ask me to understand that you have aspirations too. But you are exploitative. And if you hold 1 ounce of inner honesty you describe in your book, you can look at yourself and see the things which I see. And you can find revulsion equal to my own. Good day. Tell me, why am I so happy today? It was as though I was sailing before the wind, with a broad blue sea and great white birds floating overhead. Why is that? Why? When I woke up this morning, I got up and washed, and suddenly I felt as though everything was clear to me, and how I know one ought to live. Dear Ivan Romanich, I know everything. Man must work. He must toil by the sweat of his brow. In this alone lies the meaning of his life, his purpose, his ecstasy. How good to be a workman, to wake up at dawn and break stones in the street. Or a shepherd, or a schoolmaster teaching children, or an engineer on the railroad. Oh Lord, to say nothing of man. It's better to be an ox, or a mere horse, if only one works, than to be a young woman who wakes up at 12 o'clock and has coffee in bed in the morning and spends 2 hours dressing. How dreadful that is. In the same way one has a craving for water in hot weather, I have a craving for work. And if I don't get up early and work, you can give me up as a friend, dear Ivan Romanich.